You believe you're in a race against everyone else. You think success is about outshining the person beside you, outpacing your coworker, overpowering your rival, or outsmarting your peer. Each morning you wake up and scroll through social media, comparing your unpolished reality to everyone else's curated highlights, judging your value by their accomplishments, feeling like you're losing a contest you never chose to enter. You see someone younger getting a promotion and feel you're lagging behind. You notice someone with less experience thriving and question what's wrong with you. You watch others achieve your dreams and conclude you're not capable, not gifted, not fortunate enough to reach those heights. And you repeat the same narrative you've told yourself for years. I'm not as good as them. I'm not moving fast enough. I'm not where I should be for my age. Everyone else has it together, and I'm still floundering. You're waging war on countless fronts, trying to outrun people who aren't even in your race, competing in games with shifting rules, elusive finish lines, and hollow victories because there's always someone new to measure yourself against. But here's a truth that might unsettle you at first, but will set you free if you embrace it. The only competition that counts is you versus the you of yesterday. There's a world of difference between battling others and challenging yourself. One is a game you'll never win because the opponents are endless. The other is a contest where every day brings a fresh chance to triumph. The fight that matters isn't you against them. It's you against the version of yourself who gave in too soon yesterday, who made excuses last week, who settled for less than their potential last month. It's you versus every obstacle standing between who you've been and who you could become. The world wants you fixated on external rivalry because it distracts you from personal growth. It wants you sizing yourself up against others because it keeps you from recognizing your own progress. It thrives on your insecurity about not measuring up, preventing you from seeing how far you've come. It wants you chasing someone else's path instead of refining your own. It wants you scaling someone else's peak instead of conquering your own. It wants you living by someone else's schedule instead of embracing your own journey. But that's a trap, the greatest trap ever laid for human potential. You have more capacity for growth than you've been led to believe. You have more potential for improvement than you've ever been encouraged to explore. You have untapped possibilities within you that you've rarely been urged to unlock. But growth is invisible when you're focused on others. It's meaningless when judged by their standards. It's worthless when measured by their timelines. Growth only matters when compared to where you began, where you've been, where you were yesterday. That's what we're diving into today, not just how to stop comparing yourself to others, but how to start competing with yourself in a way that ensures progress, turns every day into a chance for victory, and makes personal growth your ultimate focus. Let me ask you a question, and I need you to answer honestly. When was the last time you celebrated being better than you were yesterday? When did you last recognize a small improvement no one else noticed? When did you last feel proud of progress that wouldn't impress others but meant the world to you? When did you last choose to act differently because you learned from yesterday's missteps? When did you last push yourself just a bit further than the day before? When did you last look back at who you used to be and feel amazed by how far you've traveled? If these questions stump you, you've pinpointed why you feel stuck. If they feel unfamiliar, that's a sign of what you need to work on. We live in a world obsessed with external validation. A culture that praises being better than others over being better than yourself. a society that highlights everyone else's wins while hiding your own progress. We're surrounded by highlight reels that make it seem like everyone else is succeeding while you're struggling. We're inundated with success stories that imply others have a secret you lack. We're constantly shown people who seem further along, making you feel like you're falling behind in a race that doesn't exist. Nobody mentions that the person thriving at 25 might have started at 15. Nobody points out that the overnight success you envy might have toiled in the shadows for a decade. Nobody notes that the person who seems to have it all together was likely in your shoes just 2 years ago. Most importantly, nobody emphasizes that their journey has nothing to do with yours. Their timeline doesn't define yours. Their progress doesn't diminish yours. Their success doesn't mean your failure. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not failing. You're exactly where you need to be to start the only competition that matters, the daily battle to surpass yesterday's you. But most people never fight this battle. They're too busy looking outward to look inward, too focused on keeping up with others to catch up with their own potential, too consumed by external rankings to develop internal benchmarks. They're running someone else's race while ignoring their own path, climbing someone else's mountain while standing at the base of their own, living someone else's life while their own life waits to be claimed. But you're different. You're here because something inside you knows there's a better way to measure progress. Something tired of feeling inadequate for not being someone else. Something ready to embrace becoming more of yourself. That's your potential calling you back to your own journey, your growth urging you to focus on your development instead of others' achievements. Your future self pleading with you to keep score the right way. The competition between you and yesterday isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about becoming your best self overnight. It's about consistently becoming a better self. It's not about massive overnight transformations. It's about small compounding improvements that lead to extraordinary change. Let's break down what this competition looks like. The physical battle, you versus yesterday's body. Yesterday, you climbed 2 flights of stairs and felt out of breath. Today, you climb them with a bit more ease. That's a win. Yesterday, you held a plank for 30 seconds. Today, you managed 35 seconds. That's progress. Yesterday, you crashed at midnight feeling drained. Today, you hit the pillow at 11:30 with more energy. That's growth. This isn't about becoming an elite athlete overnight or transforming your body in a month. It's about your body being slightly more capable today than yesterday, about making choices today that your body will thank you for tomorrow. Maybe yesterday you took the elevator and today you take the stairs. Maybe yesterday you drank 3 sodas and today you swap 1 for water. Maybe yesterday you scrolled until 1 a.m. and today you stop at 12:30. These wins won't trend on social media or earn medals, but they're building a stronger, healthier you. The mental battle, you versus yesterday's mind. Yesterday, you quit a tough task after 10 minutes. Today, you stick with it for 15. That's progress. Yesterday, you let negative thoughts spiral for an hour. Today, you catch them after 45 minutes and shift focus. That's growth. Yesterday, you dodged a hard project all day. Today, you tackle it first thing. That's a victory. This isn't about becoming a genius overnight or banishing tough thoughts forever. It's about your mind being a bit more disciplined today than yesterday. Maybe yesterday you believed you couldn't do it, and today you challenge that belief. Maybe yesterday you assumed you weren't smart enough, and today you see you just need practice. These mental wins won't show up on a test score, but they're forging a mind that supports you. The emotional battle, you versus yesterday's heart. Yesterday, you snapped at criticism with defensiveness. Today, you pause and consider the feedback. That's growth. Yesterday, someone's bad mood ruined your day. Today, you hold your peace despite their energy. That's a win. Yesterday, you avoided a tough talk. Today, you face it with courage and care. That's progress. This isn't about emotional perfection. It's about your emotional strength growing slightly each day. Maybe yesterday you lashed out and today you apologize and choose kinder words. Maybe yesterday you let anxiety steer you and today you act despite it. These emotional victories won't win you fame, but they build resilience that serves every part of your life. The spiritual battle. You versus yesterday's soul. Yesterday you reacted to life's chaos without thought. Today you act with intention, aligning with your values. That's growth. Yesterday you moved through life on autopilot. Today you connect your actions to your purpose. That's progress. Yesterday you focused only on what you could gain. Today you consider what you can give. That's a win. This isn't about instant enlightenment. It's about your sense of meaning growing clearer each day. Maybe yesterday you were lost in your problems, and today you help someone with theirs. Maybe yesterday you overlooked your blessings, and today you pause to feel gratitude. These spiritual wins don't earn you sainthood, but they create a life that feels authentic. The spiritual battle, you versus yesterday's soul. Yesterday, you reacted to life's chaos without thought. Today, you act with intention, aligning with your values. That's growth. Yesterday, you moved through life on autopilot. Today, you connect your actions to your purpose. That's progress. Yesterday, you focused only on what you could gain. Today, you consider what you can give. That's a win. This isn't about instant enlightenment. It's about your sense of meaning growing clearer each day. Maybe yesterday you were lost in your problems, and today you help someone with theirs. Maybe yesterday you overlooked your blessings, and today you pause to feel gratitude. These spiritual wins don't earn you sainthood, but they create a life that feels authentic. Daily practices to win the battle against yesterday morning intention setting. Begin each day by asking, how can I improve today over yesterday? Not better than others, but better than you. Be specific. What's one way I can care for my health today? Or how can I use my time better today? Write down one clear intention, like, today I'll listen more attentively, or today I'll pause before reacting. Evening progress review. At day's end, reflect. How was I better today than yesterday? Celebrate small wins. Maybe you chose a walk over TV or spoke up when you'd usually stay quiet. Acknowledge slip-ups without judgment. Yesterday, I was patient. Today, I wasn't. Tomorrow, I'll try again. Write down one thing you did better. Keep a list to see your growth over time. Weekly progress. Check. Each week, compare this week's you to last week's you. What did you learn? What skill improved? What habit strengthened? This reveals patterns daily reviews might miss. Monthly growth reflection. Once a month, compare who you are now to who you were 30 days ago. Look at old photos, journal entries, or goals to see how you've evolved. Notice how concerns from a month ago may no longer matter. You've grown into someone more capable. Comparison. Detox. When you catch yourself comparing to others, redirect to comparing with yourself. Instead of they're more successful, think I'm more confident than I was last year. This keeps your focus on your own game. Addressing resistance. How do I know I'm good without comparing to others? Good isn't about outranking others. It's about growing into your potential. A tree doesn't compare its height to other trees. It reaches for the sun. Your worth comes from your progress, not their performance. This feels selfish, wrong. Focusing on your growth frees energy to help others. People who inspire you aren't obsessed with beating others. They're focused on becoming their best selves and lifting others up. What if I'm not improving fast enough? Fast enough for whom? Progress is about direction, not speed. Consistent 1% improvements outpace sporadic leaps. Your pace is yours alone. What if I need external competition to stay motivated? External motivation fades when others change or succeed beyond you. Competing with yourself is sustainable. You're always your own fair opponent. What if I plateau? Plateaus are part of growth, preparing you for the next leap. Unseen progress, like patience or wisdom, is still progress. Keep going. Here's the truth. You're not competing with someone else's best day. You're battling your own worst habits. You're not aiming to outdo their peak. You're overcoming your own limits. Every day you choose to repeat yesterday or improve on it. Yesterdays you did their best with what they had. Don't judge them, learn from them, and do better today. Your 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, compete only with yourself. Each day, pick one way to be better than yesterday and do it. Track these wins privately, not for likes, but for proof you're growing. Maybe it's reading instead of scrolling, walking instead of sitting, or choosing gratitude over complaints. After 30 days, you'll have evidence you can beat yesterday every day. Don't stop there. Make it 60 days, 90 days, a lifelong habit. Everyone else is running their own race, climbing their own mountain. Their wins don't lessen yours. The only competition that matters is you versus yesterday. The only battle you can always win. It starts now, with the choice to be better today than you were yesterday. The scoreboard resets every morning. What will you write today?